Hey, Lamau.
And this is Dapperkrieg. It's a plat game. 2700 is my guess. And he's playing a little bit of Junkrat and Soldier.
They got a turret back here.
Eichenwald. Alright, already this is going to be really sick because it's an Eichenwald against a Torb Symmetra. Let's see how they do.
One right over there.
Volume is in the lower right if I need to lower it. Thank you.
Fuck this. What the fuck?
Yeah, their team's already upset.
I'm dead.
Are they Symmetra, Torb, Widow? Alright, so push up. Let's see what you can get. Trap. Nice try. And I know Trap will have a low chance of working here, but just do it anyways. I hear someone flanking. Is there a Tracer flanking on you?
Around them. With speed boost. Ready? On the left.
Straight left.
What?
Up.
There's like a million fucking turrets.
So that's a good combo right there. The bad thing that happened was that all of your team with movement abilities ran past the choke point, and your teammates with no movement abilities just died. Your Tracer got through, you got through, your Lucio got through, your Roadhog kind of tanked his way through. Your Mercy just kind of got obliterated by that. So, when pushing through, remember that you have to push through to save your team. That's phenomenal picks. So I normally go right side, and that is why right there. Throw on it. Oh, you need a trap?
Nice. Back up a little bit, dude. Junkrat to God.
Okay, there you go. Finally.
I'm getting sniped. Top right, top left, top left.
No escape, no escape, no escape.
There you go. That's fine. There you go. Yep. No escape. The guy's right.
I have a 51 fucking percent accuracy on Junkrat. What the fuck?
Junkrat?
Now he's talking shit. Look how good I am as Junkrat.
Like,
I hope he loses this. Does he lose this?
something percent.
I'm gonna assume he loses it.
I got you, bro.
So again, if it's you versus an Orisa shield and no one else is shooting it,
Lay damage into the
it's gonna be a wash.
Oh my god.
That works. Now trap the high ground. Okay, you got a good shot there.
I'm down.
this widow.
Behind us. Behind. Oh, never mind. Freak me out, Trace.
No, you don't.
Got a rip for it.
She had her free.
So again,
and still missed.
trap the high ground. Or just this doorway. Yeah, that's it. And they have hacks, so that's why the Zen was waiting on you.
I got you, bro. I got you, bro. I got you, bro.
Getting more of that running at them. Trap one of the doorways, or the health pack.
I'm rezzing. On the point.
I just launched her off. We're good.
There you go.
Mercy. Mercy low.
Good shots.
There's a fair above you guys. Try it. Try it.
Damn.
Shot my mine as I was trying to use it to jump up and hit her.
Yep, that happens. And that's the problem with using concussive mine as a mobility device when you have to stick it to the ground.
Yeah, I threw a mine to jump up to kill the Pharah, and the Pharah shot the mine. So I had to use it.
This was crazy. I got all
Alright, there you go. Yep, keep shooting down those lanes.
Okay.
The sniper's on the right side, so...
The right side?
Yep. So it's kind of your job to suppress the sniper at this point. If she's in an open area like that, you gotta put some shells on her side just to make her stick and move.
Need to push the other.
Just swoop up.
Yeah, yeah. I'm backing up, dude.
I would trap the doorway here and then wait.
I'm 95 tired.
The Widow's close.
Alright.
Yes.
What the fuck? What the fuck are you doing over here? Yeah. I don't give a shit if I just two mine you. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, don't taunt people because you do dumb shit like that. So you should have known that the Widow was coming up because you heard the hook.
Rezzing.
There's one.
Go up the wall?
I'm rezzing.
Holy shit.
I don't have
Alright. That works. As I go up the wall, because I was pretty sure the Pharaoh was going to get that. So get through this portal, or the shield and trap. Yep, you always got to shoot Mercy twice. She has that point of armor.
Yeah, good try. Good try.
Gotta get in there. Get in there. So right here is now wasted time that you could have taken that. Running towards the target again. So again, too much running towards the target and too much walking around doing nothing. The thing about Orisa's shield is everyone hides in it, so just shoot the shield. If the Orisa died, your team would have pushed. It's not about whether... What's with these glitches? It's not about you getting the kills, it's about you giving space to your team. If a team goes, oh, there's an Orisa, we can't push in, it's going to be completely different when the Orisa's dead. There you go.
This is where we go. Yeah, back up to me. That's the Junkrat god. God does something. Junkrat god. Reaper left.
So you've never trapped here yet.
It's an overtime live.
Oh, alright. We're going right to this. So the no trap, I think, was actually very detrimental to you. If you trapped right here, as people came around this corner, you would have got them. And I think you would have gotten a Mercy or someone else. So yeah, again, back to the Orisa. If you want to give your team space, the best way to do it is to kill someone. Why? Because it's very obvious. It takes them out of the game, it shows up in the top right corner, and it bolsters faith for your team. Just sitting around doing nothing is not going to do much. Places a passive recording software that stops if there's too much CPU. Oh, okay. It's good to know. So keep...
Nice, thanks for the shield.
I don't know what you're sitting around for. Again, you shot 3 times. I think you're admiring your own shots.
I don't have res.
You didn't reload. You're just kind of sitting there not doing anything. Keep on moving. Keep on shooting. There should be never a reason to stop. Alright, so the Pharaoh knows, so you probably don't want to go this way.
Let me see you.
I have a pack. I was fighting around it.
At this point, you kind of have to over OD it.
Right on.
You have to get in there deeper.
Sorry. Oh boy.
we should just go back. This is a real important point.
Behind you, bro. Right behind.
So at this point, their Widow killed one of your guys. And they're pushing you back.
Rezzing. Oh, sorry.
At this point, I would actually say to dive in deeper. Because they were attacking underneath you, you needed to rotate on them and get the back lines. And the reason why you have to, it's very risky. I'm not gonna. It seems like an insane play to do, but the thing is, your guys were low on numbers, so you had to do something risky to make up for that. They were going to push in as soon as they saw the lower numbers. They were all going to push in. That's when you rotate above and around them, and you get kills that way to even it up. So this is after the spawn. Yep, laying down fire. Again, you need a trap. I hope this is for the trap. Now, concussive mine out of there. So it's very dangerous being on the ground right here. Especially when you're running at people that way.
Oh, fuck. I got a far on him. Yep.
So that entire play was because you pushed up so far in the Widow where you could have stayed back and ricocheted shots in there. Alright, we got the Zen. They got a Widow scared from doing stuff like this.
I can't get you, bro.
Yeah. That was actually your jumping got you there.
Did we lose our hit scan player?
Oh, you can't play Junkrat and then bitch about a hit scan player. You just can't do that. That ain't right. So the Widow, easiest shots of her life. Again, that whole point was lost because of one missed position. So if people want to know why positioning is so important, when he pushed up as that Junkrat, there's the doorway here, and he saw the Widow shot coming from. There was the doorway here. And he ran at this doorway when he could have just banked shots in at the Widow or, shot in this way. Essentially, he needed to get away. As soon as he put that trap down, he was in a very dangerous spot. He needed the concussive mine, get to the high ground, and be done with it. Because he died here, they got the entire point too. All it takes for you to lose is sometimes one mistake. Yep, and it kind of snowballs from here. Because they took the tower, they took the long range aspect of point 2. They stuck you guys in the choke points, they punished you in the choke points, they built alt off of it. They didn't have to use ults because you were in the choke points because you're at such a heavy disadvantage tactically. They just used the ults to essentially get this point right here. Well, if it does or doesn't end. Yeah, the soldier saw you coming.
I can't even res. Fuck.
And the accuracy is tough.
Sorry, I made a swap off of Junkrat because no one else was trying.
Now he's getting upset. He's upset. And frankly, you shot the Pharah like 2 or 3 times. One concussive mine for Junkrat would have done the same amount of damage. So unless you're completely accurate, I think you're safer in your old one. And that was it. They pressed up because of the ult advantage, and they kind of stayed in your face. So yeah, I would say your accuracy was good. Trap more. What a surprise. What a fucking surprise. Positioning. This is where you fucked up. So, whenever you trap, if you ever move up, trap, move back. Value high ground. Information. Stop. Running. At your goddamn targets. I can't emphasize this enough. The entire reason you lost that second point was because of that one death. I'm not saying your team could have done something more, yada yada yada, but the fact that you trapped and then you stayed up here. Junkrat's good close quarters, but he's not good close quarters against the entire team. In fact, I would oppose close quarters head on head. Because how I see Junkrat is head on head. If someone knows I'm coming there, I need some type of tactical advantage to fight here. I would never fight head on head unless like I'm indoors or there's some type of advantage. Unless my hand is forced and I'm forced to go through it. You should know. I mean, you should probably note my play that very rarely do I attack head on. Now, if there's one person they're not looking my way, or I have the flank advantage, or I have the indoor advantage, some of these things I will do this. But you didn't. You're attacking head on, and you're like, oh, you know what? I'll attack head on and just chill here. And you're like, wait, you're a Junkrat. You're a glass cannon. And you're like, yeah, I'm a glass cannon. No, you're glass. You break. That was that whole point. And funny. The shitty part is point 2 to point 3 was all because of this. As soon as you guys lost the position, they took the castle, because they had a long-range comp. So Eichenwald does this. The castle's here. They took over the castle, and they also put the Widow at the long range here. So you guys are going through these 2 choke points against a long-range comp, a Farah Widow. So they're just laying fire down here, and punished all of you guys for coming through these choke points. Because you're at such a disadvantage tactically, they built alt without, or they won these fights without alts, which allowed them to build their alt percentage, which allowed you not to build your alt percentage. They then leveraged the alt percentage for the point 3 victory right here. This is what tactical advantages gives you. Positional advantage means you have to work less. They have to work more, you have to work less, and in this part in Overwatch, that means you would have to ult your way out of this, or you'd have to use your tanks, push up very carefully. You would have to work twice as hard to get out of here than they do to keep you in there. On offense... On offense, I would actually say you weren't abusing these choke points. You were giving them free space. Whenever they died, you weren't pushing up far enough. You weren't trapping far enough ahead. But again, remember, trap and then get the hell out. Essentially, why you lost was because they pushed you in these choke points and they took advantage of it, and you never did that to them. Which just gave them more time at the end. Yeah, actually, I can't remember you attacking the choke points that much. Yeah. Now that I think about it, I don't remember you doing that much. Your tires were decent. But that was it. So, the big thing for you was everything. 1, stop running at your target. Stop it. Everyone that does that, stop. This. Trap more, that obviously won't, win you a lot, but it does assist in the game. High ground, favorite high ground. When you trap and you come back, just get to the high ground. Why? Because you have the option to fall down whenever you want. That's the advantage of the high ground. You have options. If you're on the low ground, you have to use a resource to get up to the high ground. It's also pretty telegraphed. It takes time. These are all bad things. If you can just be on the high ground and drop down when you want, do it. Your accuracy was fine. I think you're doing fine there. But the big thing is use the map. Use map. Use the map to your advantage. That goes for all classes. or all heroes, I should say, just please, if you have the ability to shove someone in a choke point, shove them in a choke point, make them fight their way out. You have to make the game as difficult as possible for you to win. You have to strip away all of their tools. I'm not one for, like... People look, when they fight a one-on-one, or 6v6, whatever, they look to destroy the enemy. What I seek to do is to remove the tools. And why I do that is, like, if I deny you high ground access, I can take that high ground and I can use it how I want. But if, you know, people are so hell-bent on attacking and killing someone to get in the kill feed, that they forget that they can attack anytime you want when you have the tactical advantage. And that's the biggest... that's the biggest thing. Don't be so worried about the kill, about deathmatching everyone, and worry about your position and what you're denying the enemy. If you deny them the map advantage, then you can strike anytime you want and kill them. That's the truth of it. And because people are so used to they're so used to aggression that when you're not aggressive because you're not looking to seek to kill them, you're seek to abusing the map advantage, they actually don't know how to react. So it changes a lot of things. Basically, instead of being yin or yang, essentially you attack with both because you're being neutral. That's the idea. Is to be neutral, and people have no idea what to do with neutrality. If you're aggressive, there's very easy ways to deal with that. Very human ways to deal with it. But if you attack someone with a bunch of nothing, and it works, they have no fucking clue what happened. Yeah, so all of that. All of it! Yeah. Yin and yang, yeah. You can say yin yang, yin yang.